Lawyers for Minnesota and Washington State issuing a court order temporarily halting President Trump's ban on refugees from 7, yes, predominantly Muslim countries. The president responding on Twitter, quote, "Just cannot believe a judge would put our country in such peril. If something happens, blame him and court system. People pouring in bad." Well, guess who's joining us? Daily Mail columnist Katie Hopkins. Katie, great to see you with Parliament behind you. What do you think about Donald Trump's reaction? Pretty much what I would imagine you would say, right?
Absolutely. I should just point out first that I'm not the Queen. I do have a similar hair colour now.
All right,
I just want to make that really clear for anyone that didn't know me. Yeah, no, I'm with Trump all the way. And I think one of the interesting things here is the amount of support amongst the Muslim community as well that we don't really hear about very much, but they can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, I will defend our borders. I will give America strong borders. And that's something we can really relate to. One of the questions I've been asking in my column and on the radio is, if Islam's so fantastic, why is it that Muslims always seem to want to come and flee to Christian countries? And it's a question that doesn't get asked a lot, but it's one that's an interesting question to answer. And a lot of Muslims have been saying it's because Islam is such a divisive religion. So I think we understand the travel ban. I think if you look at Western Europe, you look at Nice, you look at Brussels, you look at the chaos that's been caused here by terrorists, it's reassuring to see someone finally trying to do something about it. And I think he's been frustrated in the courts in the same way that we had Brexit. It was tried to be frustrated in the courts when they tried to tell us we couldn't have what we voted for. So there's some really interesting parallels there. I think one of the things that doesn't get talked about very much is that Israelis have been banned from travelling to 16 countries for a long period of time, and it seems to me that the lefties and the liberals don't wave their placards about for that ban very much at all. You are right, Katie. You are right, and Nigel Farage pointed that out too. Listen, you also have a new article out under the title, "Why Are So Many Liberal Teachers Bullying and Brainwashing Children with Their Own Intolerant Views?" You think that's what's going on, Katie? Yeah, I mean, I've been horrified this week hearing stories about teachers in schools kind of brainwashing kids against Trump. Some primary schools where Trump's name is not allowed to be mentioned. 5-, 6-, 7-year-olds coming home to their parents saying Trump's a bad man, Trump's a racist. They've been taught these views. It seems that teachers here are teaching children what to think, not how to think. And one particular example where a teacher made placards, protest banners with her 12-year-olds and then took them out, took the banners with her out protesting Trump outside Westminster. I just wonder if that's the sort of ethos we want in our schools, that children 7, 8, 9 years old are being taught Trump's a racist, Trump's a bad man, Trump didn't really win the election, it's not fair. And I wonder also whether our generation snowflake, young people, are so weak because they're not allowed to think strong. And so I'm urging parents to get involved, get inside these schools and find out what teachers are really kind of indoctrinating their kids with.
They're having big influence, and not just at the primary school level, having it here on college campuses as well, Katie. Katie Hopkins, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. We appreciate it as always.